Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Matt Greer Music channel. Today I want to talk to you about a new sound pack that Elektron just released today for the model Cycles. I thought it'd be nice to kind of go through and preview, demo each of the sounds that are in the pack, give you my impressions of them, and maybe kind of inform you a little bit to decide if it's something that you're interested in checking out yourself. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with a brand new pattern here. It's all blank, and we're going to go in and start previewing these sounds. I'll just pick the first one here. Now, to load in the new sample set, you have to use an Elektron utility called Transfer. It's free to download from their website. It works with the computer, and you can load sound sets to the devices or sample sets. When I loaded it on, it just had a default folder name as samples. I realized that doesn't make much sense because these aren't samples, these are actual synthesis presets. But regardless, you can call it whatever you want when you transfer it. You can call it Steve or Howard if you want to, but I probably should have called it the name of the pack, which is Odd Quarks. Now I find that to be a bit of an amusing name because I'm a science geek, and quarks I know are subatomic particles. Not to be confused with a certain quark from the Star Trek universe, but I digress. Ooh, quark, you sneaky Ferengi. Alrighty, so let's go into the first subfolder in this new samples pack. It is BD, stands for bass drum. So it's kind of formatted the same as the original factory pack, but let's go in here and let's just start hearing some of these. Turn this up just a little bit. Peaking on my roll and go mixer, but I think it sounds okay. I have to say, I do like how the percussion sounds are so easy to play chromatically. For evolving 808 bass lines, it's great for like that trap kind of stuff. Pretty standard deep kick here, or your hard gabber kind of kick on that one. Not my cup of tea, but it's a little bit interesting. It evolves a bit. Interesting. Now, something I've noticed that while you're previewing sounds through the folders, you can hear how these knobs might change the sound while they're turning. But when you let it go, it goes back to the default. Until you load that sound, the knobs won't have permanent effect on the sound, but you can kind of preview how they'll affect the sound. This one's called Harry. It's not bad. Hard. Okay. Oh, there's that gabber thing again. Okay. 9. I'm assuming that's based on a 909 type kick. Okay. That's kind of cool how it rings out. That's different. Some reverb that gets interesting. Hear how the reverb went back to how it was before I started messing with the knob? Kind of useful if you want to just see what a sound could be after evolving it but not fully committing to loading it to your project. SNES, I guess. Wave. That's interesting. And that's it for the kicks. There's 10 new kicks in here. To me, I'm not hearing anything radically different than what was already on the stock stuff of this device. Kicks are one thing that I'll say this thing does really, really well. CD. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, chord. Okay. old school jungle. Glum, I guess because it's a minor. Kind of organy. One thing I do kind of like on previewing these is that they seem to mostly be dry. Some of the factory presets were kind of hard to discern what the core sound was because there'd be so much effects put on them, like full delay, full reverb. With these, they start off mostly dry, so you can kind of hear the core of what they sound like. That's interesting. Yeah, that could have use. That's nice. Oh, it evolves. So I'm guessing there's probably some LFO on either the shape or the contour, I'm not sure. Mess. Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use that much. Now you might be able to use that as a starting point, though, if you liked those kind of glassy textures in it, but you wanted to sort of evolve it into something else. Might be a good place to start. That's something I'm noticing with this device is you really kind of have to use your imagination to look at a preset and say, okay, I don't really like that sound, but there's a certain timbre in there that I think I could use if I can get it to shift over here. So you might have to start with a bass and turn it into a lead, or vice versa, or like a percussion thing that you turn into a synth tone. If I had one recommendation, and again, I haven't had it very long, but it would be to try to think outside of the box and don't take these presets for face value. But yeah, just off face value, I don't think I'd use that one, or at least not start with it. Oh, that's neat. I would have thought it would morph a little more than it does. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's real nice. Dig that one. That's good for like some house grooves. Yep. Alright, so that's the chord bank. Let's go into MT, which I think stands for metal probably. Okay, basic hi-hat. I mean, why even devote a slot to that? That is like the most basic sound in. I mean, I can't compare them all one-to-one immediately, but I'm certain that the hi-hats that were in the factory bank already had something very similar to this, and if not, you can get it really easily. Okay, this is called Evil. I feel like that needs more low end. Okay, I'm going to actually load this one and see if we can. So shrill. Okay, it's already pitched all the way down. I mean, you can't get much of anything different out of this. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with the LFO. Basically nothing. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Where was that? Evil. Okay. Freeze. strange crash cymbal. Could probably find use for that though. Kind of a ride, but it's got this weird modulation to it. There, another very basic sound. Random? What's so random about it? Shimmer, okay. Shwave. That's kind of neat. Sort of a bell tone. So ting high, ting low. Okay. PC. What does PC mean anyway? That's cool. Maybe not the most musically, melodically viable sound. Definitely catches your ear. Good trap sound there. Yeah. It's cool. I like that. Probably use that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, another good trap lead. Interesting. Oh, PC percussive. That's what I mean. Doi. Okay. Just why? There's another sound in Factory called like Blip or something that sounds so similar to that. Reese. Okay. I may not be an expert on every synth sound, but that is not a Reese bass line. Pitch it up a bit and see what it's like. A Reese, unless they're thinking of a different Reese. Alright, let's get back in there. PC, where was I? There's Reese. Okay, next one. Kind of an evil tom. Kind of like that one actually. There's a sound on the Digitone that's very, very similar to that. I forget what it's called. Maybe Boards of Canada lead or something like that, BOC lead. Anyway, there's something on there that has this same kind of vibe. It's sort of bell-like, but with pitch warble. Of course, on that one, you've got multiple LFOs, so it's more in depth. But this certainly gets close to that. You could probably get a little more aggressive with the LFOs to get a little more vibe out of it. Alright, out of PC into SD. This is snare drums. Now, even though I'm enjoying this device a lot, I have to admit the snares in general are a weak spot to me. The claps and the snares. A lot of times what I'll do is after I get a snare laid, usually on track 2, I'll go in on track 3 with the hi-hats, and on like the 2s and the 4s where you put a snare, I'll double that snare with a parameter locked sound change that complements the snare that I have laid down. So it'll be like standard hi-hat, and then it'll switch to that snare sound, and then it'll be hi-hat and then switch again. A little trick to get a little more punch out of the snares. But in general, yeah, I wish the snares were a little little tougher on this device in general. They seem to be missing that like mid-ish, like 150 to 300 hertz tonk, that low end sound in the snare, not the high end sizzle. It has plenty of that, but it's that punchiness. Yeah, so chirp. Yeah, great name for that. Okay, cute. Just another 808 snare. See that being more of a lead than a snare. That's not too bad. It's probably the best one so far. Pans? Oh, like pots and pans. I was going to say, I don't hear it doing anything in the stereo. That's an interesting rim shot kind of sound. Kind of like a rim shot mixed with a closed hi-hat. That's not bad. Oh, there's pots to go with the pans. You know what that sounds like? I don't know if you guys remember like a hardcore band in the 90s called Helmet. They always used an open snare, and it was always like boom instead of the normal like noise sound. It was always tuned to the track too. It was like a signature part of their sound. Under. Just another 808-ish sounding snare to me. Alright, snares. TN tone. And wow, that's the last folder already. Okay. TN bounce. I kind of like that because I live in Tennessee. It's abbreviated TN, so TN bounce. Maybe if we had our own style of trap or something, which we probably do, I just don't know what it's called. It's kind of neat. I like how it starts off a noise and then turns into a bell. Actually, pretty complex preset on that one. Oh, dang. Alright, let's load that one. I want to see. So crazy you can't even. It's an interesting bass sound. It's really similar to that Vibes preset. That one's not bad. Kind of like that. Pretty good. That's definitely usable. No doubt. That's nice because it's kind of the 808 baseline bass, but without the snap of the kick. So. But again, this is where you would love to have an attack on this device so that you could have a short punchy kick at the front of that sound with that coming up after the transient of the kick. So you could kind of blend those into each other. Otherwise they're going to be competing. So you pretty much just have to use this as the kick. Let's just see what we get out of this one. Pitched all the way down, that's surprising. Okay, that sound has a lot of variability in it. A lot going on in that one. All right, so let's see. Back to samples. And man, that's it. That is all the sounds this thing comes with. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not especially impressed by this. I think a lot of the sounds are already pretty similar to things that came in with the factory sound set. Not hearing anything that really breaks out of the mold, so to speak. There's a few things in there that have some nice nuance. What's one in particular that I liked? There was a couple chord sounds. I think it's one towards the end here. Yeah. I like that. I would love to see more things like that take sort of less of a harsh pang kind of approach and try to find the mellower end of this thing. Maybe they need to just make a special pack that's all tones and chords, no percussive stuff, that just focuses completely on like patches that would suit drones and chill bass lines and chords and mellow things like that. So yeah, I mean, this pack is $10 from Elektron. My personal opinion, I think that's too much. Now, if it does inspire you and you get some new tracks out of it, $10 maybe not too much. But I think for me, like 60 sounds, I think $6 max. Like 10 sounds per buck. Now, again, I don't know what that would be in euros or you know, Swedish currency or pounds or any of that. But you know, from an American standpoint, $10, $9.99. Yeah, I just personally don't see a lot of value in it, because again, theoretically, you should be able to make all of these sounds yourself using the controls on this device. You should be able to go to preset. Whoops. Get out of here. Go to a track. Go into preset. Choose, you know, tone. And just start messing with all this until you get, you know, something that you like, and you should be able to save those as your own. So I'm sure that's what they did. I don't think they had some kind of magical behind-the-scenes editing software that got to deeper parameters than what's on here. At least nothing in the description indicates that. So yeah, I mean. My verdict, I don't personally think it's worth $10. 5 or 6, yeah, why not? I mean, it doesn't hurt to have just some more sounds on your device, but there's not enough to me that's really jumping out. Now, there's a third-party company that I will mention as well, called OverSynth. They make like the colorful overlay stickers for this and things like this and other devices, but they have a sound pack called OverCycles, which is only $5 and actually gets pretty good reviews from folks that I know. So I might check that one out next if I dig it. Maybe we'll do another video here, but I'll leave a link for that that product as well as this, the Odd Quarks pack, in the description. I'll leave a link to getting to the transfer tool so that you can bounce the sounds to this device if you don't have that already. And yeah, if you have any other questions or you'd like to know more about any of this, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer those. Or if there's enough of an interest on a particular topic, I'll make another video. Alright guys, that is it for me today. I guess I will just play us out with a little bit of music, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. I should mention none of these sounds here are from the new pack. This is all the factory stuff.